Attention passionate San Francisco 49ers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on San Francisco 49ers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true San Francisco 49ers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and San Francisco 49ers fans. Let's get to the news. Now folks, what we're seeing unfold right now in the NFL landscape is nothing short of seismic, especially for 49ers fans. We've got a blockbuster trade that's not just shaking the NFC West, it's potentially rewriting the entire narrative of this season's playoff picture. And trust me, this is one of those moves that could be remembered as a turning point, one that might even cement the 49ers as serious contenders once again. So, buckle up, because I'm about to break down everything you need to know about this game-changing deal, the players involved, and what it means for the upcoming stretch of the season. Let's start with the trade itself, because it's not every day we see a move like this. Sources close to Adam Schefter have confirmed that the Cincinnati Bengals, a team currently sitting at 2-3 with some serious cap space, around $12 million, have decided to part ways with one of their top receivers, T. Higgins. Yes, that's right. Higgins, a player drafted in 2020 out of Clemson, who's been a dominant force on the field, is heading to San Francisco. In exchange, the Bengals are getting a third-round pick in the 2026 draft, along with John Jennings, who's been a reliable target for the 49ers. Now, this trade might seem like a simple swap on the surface, but it's anything but that. It's a calculated move by Cincinnati, who are trying to free up cap space to extend Joe Burrow's contract and focus on rebuilding their offensive line, especially after allowing 28 sacks so far this season. Meanwhile, the 49ers are making a bold statement. They're in a position where their wide receiver room has been somewhat in flux, especially after losing Brandon Ayuk to an ACL injury that put him on the IR. That's left them with Kendrick Bourne and Ricky Pearsall as their main options. But now, with the addition of T. Higgins, they're bringing in a true Pro Bowler from 2023. Higgins isn't just any receiver. He's a player who, in 2024, amassed over 181 yards, ranking him among the top 12 wide receivers in the league. He scored 7 touchdowns and averaged nearly 14 yards per reception, with a plus 0.19 EPA per target, which puts him in the elite tier of wideouts. His advanced stats speak volumes: an 86, 1 PFF grade, top 10 in the league, and a yards after catch average of 5.7 yards per reception, also among the best. And when it comes to contested catches, Higgins wins 52% of those duels, placing him comfortably in the top 12. His deep completion rate is also impressive, sitting at 48%, putting him in the top 10 of deep threat receivers. What's truly remarkable about Higgins is his ability to refine routes, creating separation and turning plays into big gains. His career stats are nothing short of impressive: over 800 yards receiving and 32 touchdowns, with a route win rate of 61%. In 2025, he's already shown he can be a reliable target, with 22 receptions for 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. His game against the Commanders in Week 3 was a perfect example: 6 catches, 95 yards, and a touchdown, with an EPA per play of plus 0.21. This isn't just a flash in the pan, it's a player who's been trending upward and can be a game changer. And considering his injury history, a hamstring issue in 2025 cost him just 1 game, so he's been remarkably durable overall. Now, comparing Higgins to other top-tier receivers, he's reminiscent of A.J. Green at his peak with the Bengals, especially around 2015. He's a deep threat, often targeted on deep routes, with YAC yards after catch, averaging 5.5 over his career. His ability to stretch defenses and win contested catches is what makes him a perfect fit for Kyle Shanahan's offense, which is all about creating explosive plays and maximizing route efficiency. With Higgins, the 49ers are getting a player who can refine and elevate their passing game, which has been somewhat inconsistent this season, especially in the red zone. So why did Cincinnati decide to trade Higgins now? Well, there's a clear strategic reason. The Bengals are somewhat skeptical about their playoff chances this year. They're sitting at 2-3 and have odds of around plus 8,000 in the AFC North, which isn't exactly promising. They're prioritizing cap flexibility to extend Joe Burrow, who's been crucial for that franchise's success, and they're focusing on rebuilding their offensive line, which has struggled to protect Burrow and has allowed 28 sacks so far. The risk here is that losing Higgins could hurt their offensive production, which has already been somewhat inconsistent. His absence might drop their offensive EPA per pass by around 12%, similar to what the Colts experienced after trading away Michael Pittman. But Cincinnati is playing a long game. They're risking some short-term pain to set up for the future, which might include a rebuild that could take a couple of seasons to truly bear fruit. Now, let's shift gears and talk about what this move means for the 49ers. As we all know, San Francisco has been dominant on the ground, led by Christian McCaffrey, who's already amassed 450 rushing yards early in the season. But their passing game has struggled to reach the heights many expected, especially in terms of yards per game, which currently stands at around 230 yards, ranking 20th in the league. With Higgins in town, that number is projected to jump significantly, possibly to 270 yards per game, a 17% boost. That's not just a small improvement, it's a game changer. Plus, with Jones throwing over 400 yards passing, 9 touchdowns, and just 3 interceptions, the connection with Higgins could elevate the offense to a whole new level, making it more dangerous and more unpredictable for defenses. Looking at the matchup specifics, Higgins is expected to generate about 2 more yards per route than Kendrick Bourne, and his deep route success rate is also projected to increase by about 20%. That means more explosive plays, more opportunities in the red zone, and an overall boost in offensive efficiency. With Ricky Pearsall also adding to the mix, creating around 13 explosive plays per game, the 49ers' offense becomes even more dynamic. Their PFF offensive grade, which was around 88.4, could easily rise into the 94-plus range, making them one of the most potent passing attacks in the league. And it's not just about individual stats. This move has the potential to transform their entire offensive identity, making them even more difficult to defend. Now, let's talk about the big picture, because the impact of this trade extends beyond just the regular season. The Super Bowl odds have already shifted dramatically. Before the trade, the 49ers were priced at around plus 600, but now those odds have dropped to plus 350, making them one of the top contenders in the league. The NFC is already favoring the 49ers at plus 120, and with Higgins now in the fold, that favoritism seems even more justified. His ability to make deep plays and win in the red zone, especially against man coverage, where he's projected to have a plus 22% efficiency boost, could be the X factor that pushes San Francisco over the top come playoff time. This move also has a strategic psychological element. It signals to the rest of the league that the 49ers are all in for another Super Bowl run. Kyle Shanahan's offense, already one of the most sophisticated in the NFL, now gets an upgrade that could make it unstoppable. Higgins' route-running ability, combined with his knack for contested catches and deep threats, makes him a perfect complement to the existing weapons. It's a move that not only bolsters their offense, but also sends a message to their rivals. San Francisco is serious about reclaiming their throne. Of course, every move comes with some risks. The trade could potentially upset some chemistry, and if Higgins struggles to adapt to the offense, the benefits might not materialize immediately. But given his skill set and Shanahan's track record of maximizing offensive talent, it's a gamble worth taking. Plus, with the playoffs approaching, having a player like Higgins who can excel in high-pressure situations, especially in the red zone, could be the difference between a deep run and an early exit. So as we look ahead, the landscape of the NFC West and the NFL as a whole is shifting. The Bengals, meanwhile, are betting on a rebuild, perhaps sacrificing some immediate success for long-term stability and cap flexibility. But for the 49ers, this is a clear statement. They're not just aiming to compete, they're aiming to dominate. They're stacking their roster with proven, explosive talent, and Higgins' arrival might just be the final piece needed to push them all the way to the Super Bowl. And remember, folks, this isn't just about one trade, it's about the bigger picture. how teams strategize, rebuild, and chase that ultimate goal. The NFL season is unpredictable, full of twists and turns, but one thing is certain. With this move, the 49ers have sent a loud message to their rivals that they mean business. They're ready to take that next step, to challenge for another championship, and with Higgins's talent and Shanahan's genius, they might just be the team to beat down the stretch. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest San Francisco 49ers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Now to wrap things up, I want to hear from you 49ers fans. What do you think about this trade? Are you excited about Higgins's arrival? Do you believe this move elevates the team to Super Bowl favorites? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion really matters to us and to the future of this team. I'll be back soon with more updates, analysis, and insider news, so stay tuned for the latest San Francisco 49ers news. This season is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and you don't want to miss a single moment. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Niners!